Classic Thomas episodes are coming back to YouTube. Well, kind of. What does that exactly mean? And why now? Before I start, I want to say that these are all my own personal opinions. Your thoughts may be different from mine. One thing that makes Thomas fandom so unique. And let me know down in those comments how you feel about the classic episodes of Thomas and Friends returning to YouTube. All I ask that you be respectful, and above all, enjoy the video. Okay, let's dive in. So here's a little bit of background for anybody that isn't aware or is new to the channel. Recently, the Thomas and Friends YouTube channel has been dropping some classic episodes. First, they dropped Oliver Owns Up, and then they dropped Tender Engines. And this has surprised a lot of people in the fandom for a couple of reasons. First reason being is that they're not part of one of their Thomas and Friends kind of compilation packs. They normally do 6 to 10 episodes if you're lucky, and they're usually like a mix of different eras. You'll have All Engines Go, CGI, blah blah, but not often do you get classic episodes mixed in with them. It's felt for a long time that Mattel hasn't really bothered about the classics. They've just kind of left them in the past and that's been it. But with these episodes dropping, they're dropping on their own, full episodes, no real advance warning. That raises a couple of questions in my head, and I'm going to go into them. So the first one is, why are they only season 3 episodes? Because the classic seasons of Thomas and Friends, as we have discussed on this channel and other channels multiple times, seasons 1 to 7. Some people go seasons 1 to 5 and they count 6 and 7 as their own separate era. I personally don't. So they have 7 seasons of episodes to choose from, and they've picked 2 from season 3. Oliver Owns Up, which is an interesting choice. I mean, personally, I would have picked Escape if they were going down a kind of Oliver-centric route, but it's still a great episode. And Tender Engines, which is more intriguing to me because at the time it wasn't considered one of the better adaptations of the Railway series story, but it has grown popular over time. So it's an interesting one to use. And 2 that were from the back half of season 3 rather than the start of season 3, where they had the split production schedule. So it makes me curious as to why those 2 from season 3 have been picked. I don't have any theories on it. I don't kind of understand why. If any of you have any ideas as to maybe why those 2 were chosen, let me know in the comments below. I've touched on it very briefly, but why only those 2 as individual episodes? Because as stated, they normally, if they're going to include any classic episodes, which is very rare, they put them in as part of a bundle of episodes, rather than just dropping them individually. My own theory is around this. With the Down the Mine pilot dropping on YouTube in 2025, and the massive response that it had in viewership numbers, they've probably thought, let's drop some more classic episodes on YouTube and see how the fans respond to them. And I'll touch on the fan response in a minute, because another question that I've got is, are they just doing it to hype up the 2026 series? Because the new series that's coming out in 2026, they've said it's meant to delight fans new and old. And when they've released the merchandise around it, fans have been pretty split. I've done my own video on that if you want to check it out. So could this be a way of testing the waters to see if the older fans really are interested in Thomas and Friends even after the 80th anniversary celebrations have died down? But in terms of the fan responses, they have been pretty positive. At the time of this recording, Oliver Owns Up has over 90,000 views on the Thomas and Friends YouTube channel. Now, Tender Engines has less views at the time of this recording, with 38,000, but I want you to take these factors into consideration. 1, it's an extra 48 hours after Oliver Owns Up that it was dropped. And 2, it's still much higher numbers than some of the stuff that has been put on their Thomas and Friends YouTube channel previously. So is it purely just to try and hype fans up and see how their responses are going to be going into 2026? I would say that the fan response is excellent, and they're definitely trying to capitalize on the fact that there is an opportunity to get people to watch their YouTube channel specifically for classic series episodes. The Down the Mine pilot proved that it was possible, and if you keep feeding us the good content, we're going to eat it. Now, my question around this is, will it last? Because that's 2 season 3 episodes that dropped in the space of 48 hours. And if they keep this going, dropping a classic series episodes every 48 hours, up until the rumoured release of the 2026 series. It's a lot of content to put out, but Mattel have the resources to be able to do that. And whether it lasts or not is really going to depend on whether we, as Thomas fans, keep showing up to watch these classic episodes. Because Mattel will just strictly look at the numbers. They'll look at 3 million for the Down the Mine pilot, 90,000 for Oliver Owens Up, 38,000 for Tender Engines. If it keeps going down, because fans will be starting to get used to seeing the classic episodes coming up on their YouTube channel, they won't be as much of an event, and Mattel just might go, okay, we're pulling the plug. So whether it lasts or not, it's going to depend on whether we, as fans of the franchise, show up to continue watching these individual classic episodes drop. Most of us have them on digital copy. Most of us have them on DVD. But if we want to try and keep getting what we can get, then we need to show up for it. Especially because Ian McHugh is no longer part of the Thomas and Friends team. So there's no classic era guy on our side anymore. So we need to push as fans because we don't have someone in-house to back us up. So my final thoughts on these two episodes in particular are dropping on YouTube. I'm very happy with it. I wouldn't care which dub it was, UK, US, would not bother me in the slightest. I'm just glad they're there. It's a good nostalgia pop. I do have them on DVD and I can watch them anytime I want, but I'm still happy that they are on YouTube. I have watched them, mostly to make sure that I wasn't dreaming. And I think as long as we keep showing up, Mattel might keep feeding us more. But at the same time, I trust Mattel about as far as I can throw them, because they do have a habit of going big for big anniversaries, and then in the intervening years, we get starved. So who knows what is going to happen. Let's just enjoy it while we can and try and keep a level head. Those are just my thoughts. Let me know in the comments below what you think of them dropping the classic era episodes on YouTube. But thanks for watching, and until next time, keep on chugging.